in integers and it cannot equal 0.
So, yeah, you got it. It's any number that can be rewritten or expressed as a fraction a over b, where a and b are integers, and what can b not be? 0. B cannot be 0. Very good. Okay, so that's the type of numbers that we're dealing with. And really, for our intents and purposes, that's fractions decimals. That's all we're dealing with. Okay, there are two rules when multiplying rational numbers. Two rules. And it's on the top of page 107. Two rules. It's in that yellow box. The first rule, the first sentence. Second rule, second sentence, which is really, really nice. And this is when you're multiplying rational numbers. So I know Jack knows the rules. Does anyone else know what the first and second? Can you read the first rule, Maggie?
The product of two numbers having the same sign is constant.
Okay. Now I should just put it the way they put it because they did a good job. The product of, and I'm just going to abbreviate here, two numbers, and we're talking about rational numbers. The product of two numbers with the same sign. So with the same sign is positive. Okay. And we're talking about product, which is referring to which operation? Multiplication. And we're talking about two numbers, okay, not 3 and 4 and 5, although this can apply to that. It's worded slightly differently. So multiplication of two numbers with the same sign is going to be positive. Okay? So what's a positive times a positive? Positive. All right, so here we go. Positive times positive equals positive. What's a negative times a negative? Negative times a negative is going to give me a positive. Yes. Now, is that different from the addition rules? Yes. You got to keep those distinguished. Please don't tell me two positives make a positive. What are you talking about? Are you talking about multiplication or addition? Two negatives multiplied together get me a positive. Good. So you're listening. Two negatives being added together give me a negative. Good. So the words do mean a lot. All right. Second rule or second sentence in that box. This is the first one. What would be the second one? Go ahead, Jenna. You can go and read it.
The product of two numbers have
The
different signs.
product of two numbers, and we say with different signs, is negative. Those are the only two rules we're going to use today, which is nice. Product refers to what operation? Everyone. Okay, thank you, three of you. Product refers to which operation? Everyone. Multiplication. How many numbers? Two of them. What kind of signs? Different. And that gets you a product that is negative. Okay, negative. All right. And again, you are going to multiply 3 or 4 numbers. And you can apply these rules to that. Bless you. You can apply those rules to it. But we're talking specifically about two numbers being multiplied. Okay. So we'll start off with example 1, A and B. So example 1A. Okay. So this one has you multiply a decimal by a whole number. Negative 9.8 plus 2 times 4. Okay, something I do want to say when you're multiplying decimals or fractions is a lot of times we get an answer and it may look okay, but there's a way to make sure it is okay simply by estimating. So what would negative 9.8 round up to? 10. Negative 10? What's negative 10 times 4?
Negative 40.
Good. So you don't have to write this down, but I'm thinking this answer should be about negative 40, right? So if you're way off negative 40, you can pretty much tell yourself you're wrong. It's not correct. Something was done incorrectly. So use that as a guide when you actually multiply this out. Okay. When multiplying decimal numbers, do you have to line up the place values? Yes or no? I heard one no.
No.
Do you line up these decimal place values? 9.8 and then the 4. Is that what you have to do? No. Really, I would say place values don't matter until the very end. So I'm just going to align it. I usually write the multiple digit number on top and then the single digit on the bottom, or the more digits up top, the fewer digits on the bottom. Okay, and what's my answer going to be? You had a negative times a positive, boom. Negative. So I already know whatever this is going to be, it's going to be negative. Okay, what's 8 times 4, everyone? 32, good. 32. What's 4 times 9? 4 times 9 is 36 plus 3. All right, 39. And this is where the decimal point matters. Where does that decimal point go? In between 9 and 2, because there's one decimal place value here. So starting with the right, you go 1 over to the left. All right, so negative 39.2. Now, remember what my estimate was? Negative 40. What do you think? Reasonable? Yeah, I'm not saying that's going to give you the answer. I'm going to say it's going to give you a reasonable. Okay, that's right. That's about right. That won't guarantee everything, but it does help you out if you're not sure. Okay, B. Oh, 2 fractions. So we have B, negative 3/4 and negative 2/3. All right. How many numbers are being multiplied? 2. What about their signs? How can you describe their sign? Same sign, which means the answer is going to be positive, automatically positive. So I already know it's going to be something positive. All right. I don't mind fractions anymore because of one little tool we have when multiplying fractions. You guys remember what that tool is? You could just multiply the numerators and the denominators, but there's something that really helps you out. Jackson?
I was thinking of division when you said that.
Okay, you're thinking of division. What's the tool that I may be able to use that will help me not to have to multiply everything across just the way it's written? It's something that helps me to eliminate certain things. Yes, ma'am? Yeah, cancel out common factors. Okay, so here, as I look at this problem, what throws a lot of people off are these negative signs. If you wanted to, this is a revelation here. What did I do? I rewrote it, but how? Yeah, positive. I'm like, wait, there's negatives and then now they're positives. Does it change the product when I rewrote it? Does it change? Are these two different products when I multiply them out? No. All right, but what can I cancel out? Somebody help me out. Nate?
4 and 2.
2 and 1. Anything else? Yes, ma'am. Lucy? 3 and 3 is 1 over 1. Oh, that's so nice. 1 times 1, 1. 2 times 1, 2. Positive 1/2.
Wow.
That's it. Would you get the same thing if you didn't cancel out? Well, what's 3 times 2? 6. What's 4 times 3? 12. Is 6/12 the same as 1/2? Thankfully so. I'm glad it is. Okay. Example number 2. What do they throw into that example? Actually, they throw 2 things that were different from the first. So example 2, what's one thing they threw at you that was not in the previous problems? Nate. Okay, they threw an exponent of 2 out there. And then they also did one other thing. Jackson? A variable. Oh, my. Do they give me what the worth of the variable is? Or do they give me what the variable equals? What does it equal? 2? Okay, so it equals 2. Okay, so I substitute 2 for A. And so really I have this problem. And then I realize, okay, that's tough. Unless I know the order of operations, what do I do first? Exponents. One of these days I'll get it. What's 5, 6 square mean in multiplication?
5, 6, 5.
Okay, it means 5, 6 times 5, 6. That's what it means. And so that's my real problem right here. And what's going on among these 3 numbers? They're being multiplied. So really, does it matter which order you multiply these in? No. But let's just do the inside. Anything cancel out? And you could make this easier if I brought this guy in there, but let's just go here. What's 5, 6 times 5, 6? 25/36. Yep, 25/36 times 2 over 1. Anything I can do before I multiply out? Yes, ma'am? 18 right here. All right, what's 1 times 25? 25. What's 1 times 18? Now, what I would do to help myself out before I keep going, is this positive or negative? I'm confused. Wasn't our rule dealing with two numbers being multiplied? How many numbers are being multiplied here? So how do I work this out? Tell me, explain it to me. The rule was for 2, and I have 3. So what's going on? What do I do?
Well, they're all positive.
You're going to get a positive? Okay. But how does the rule apply to this? 3 from a rule of 2.
If you just multiply 2 at a time.
Okay, so maybe these two, I get my positive because they're the same sign. And then I multiply these two, and they're both positive, so I keep the same sign. Good. You could have done these two first, then that with 5, 6. These two first, then with 5, 6. Even if you take it 2 at a time, and you're using that rule, it's going to come out to positive no matter what. And then, looks like if these numbers are as simplified as possible, that can be your answer. Can you open your mouths like in shock? What kind of number is that, by the way?
Mixed.
It's improper. Why is it improper? Nate? It's not simplified, but why is it improper? There's a definition of improper. Something is something up here, which is something not down there. Yes, Brian?
The numerator is greater than the denominator.
Yeah, the numerator is bigger than the denominator, so that's improper. And that's okay for math starting today. Wow, look at you guys. Yeah, starting today. Or should we start tomorrow? I don't know. Let's start this week. You can leave them as improper as long as they're simplified, which means that these numbers cannot be divided by any other number than 1 evenly. Okay, so would 50 over 36 be a proper answer? 50 over 36, would it be proper? No, because 50 and 36 can be divided by 2 evenly. Should I change my mind on that? How many of you like improper answers? How many of you like mixed numbers? How many of you have no preference? How many of you rather do both ways? Oh, look at that. Okay, anyway, you can do it either way. By the way, if you write that as a mixed number, it's still correct, but you can also leave it like that. Okay, example number 3. Wow, I really can't aim for that. Example number 3, you're dealing with multiplying again, but this time with some variables, some algebraic expressions. So A, 2b times negative 3, 2b times negative 3. What's the number? Or what's the letter? A, thank you. Okay. The whole point of this lesson is to realize, is a positive or negative, automatically what is it? Product is going to be negative. You just know it. It's got to be negative. Because a positive times a negative is negative. All right, but then what's the numerical value? What is the algebraic value? All you have to do is this. What's 2 times 3? 6. You can multiply those out numerically. What's B times A? Yeah, some of you will write BA. Some of you will write AB. Am I going to accept, how about this, negative AB times 6? What do you think?
Yes.
No. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to accept this one because although they all three mean the same thing, the proper way to write it is either like this or like that. Okay? I know that's multiplication, but you want to put the coefficient first, then the letters, in any order. No, but those aren't fractions, those are terms. But thank you for asking. All right, B. Oh, I got to look at this one here. 3x times negative 3y plus negative 6x negative 2y. Okay. I'm looking at this and thinking, this lesson was called Multiplying Rational Numbers. And what did they throw at us? Oh, man, that's not fair. Right. Well, it is okay, and you can handle it. You're multiplying first. Why do I multiply first? Yes, ma'am? What do we call that?
Order of, what is it?
Yes.
I can't remember things.
Order of operations. There you go. Order of operations says you multiply before adding. Okay, what's 3x times negative 3y? Harrison, positive or negative? Negative, automatically. And then what is 3x times 3y? Claire?
-6 or negative 9
xy. Can you say yx?
Yes.
Yeah. You can say negative 9yx. But do you guys like it when the paper you're grading is easy to grade? You guys like that? Where it's like the answer's right there, clearly written out and clearly circled so that you know that's the answer. It's either right or wrong. I would say if we all do it in alphabetical order with the number in front, it would be so much easier for you and for me and for the grader. Okay, what are these two multiplied together? 6x and 2x is going to be 12xy. Ta-da! Oh, sorry guys. Yep, I just finished talking about it. Or you can box it. Okay, you guys are noticing you can add if they are like terms. Are they like terms?
Yes.
How do you know they're like terms? I need a definition. Yes, ma'am? They have to have the same variables with the same exponents. So, what are the exponents of x and y? 1. And what are the exponents of these x and y's? 1. So these can also be combined. What's a negative plus a positive? It depends. Which one's bigger? It's a positive what in this case? 3xy. So positive 3xy is going to be this final simplification here. Okay, I'm going to ask a question here. Ready? Deep question here. What were the instructions on this problem, on B, or A and B, I guess you should say?
Simplify.
It says to simplify, right? Why did it not say to solve? Maggie?
We can't solve if you don't know the value of x as a variable.
Yeah, do I know what x or y are? No, can't solve for it. Can I figure it out in this problem? No. Plus, is there in the original problem any equal sign? Is there an equal sign in the problems? Like, does it say this, equal? Does it do that for you? Okay, if there's no equal sign, you cannot solve that problem. But what can you do it? What can you do to that problem? Make it simple. Wow. Simpler, or make it simple. Or you can evaluate, which is another way of simplifying. Good. Oh my. Should we end it this way? Yes. Example, or excuse me, one more property. One more property. How am I going to put this here? As difficult as I can. All right. Look on page 107 real quick. 107. And do you guys see where it says multiplicative property of -1? Okay. Hey guys, another property. Do you guys know, by the way, how many properties we've gone through in this year? Honestly, how many do you think?
13.
13. Very good guess.
21. It was 15. That's actually a good guess.
It is very close. Closer. 15 out of 60.
What?
I'm just kidding. I made that 60 out of 50. Oh my. Swivl. Don't worry, Jenna. That's only, what, $50 damage? Okay. No. So, yeah, be careful with that guy. Okay. Someone read for me the multiplicative property of -1. Autumn, can you read that for me, please?
The product of any number and -1 is its additive inverse. -1 is equal to -a, and -a is -1.
Okay, multiplicative property of -1 is going to be -1 times a number is going to equal the additive inverse of that number. I love that. That's so confusing. Makes it sound so mathy. Okay, what does additive inverse mean again? Good, yes. Swivl caught that. The opposite. The opposite of a number. Okay, ready, guys? Give me a number. 32. All right, 32. What's negative 1 times 32? Okay, what are 32 and negative 32? They are opposites, which are also known as additive inverses. Okay? Lucy, give me a fraction. Yes, negative 1/3. What is negative 1/3 times negative 1? Positive 1/3. What is negative 1/3 compared to 1/3? What do we call those? Additive inverses, which are also known as opposites. Opposites. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Not too hard. All right, last example, and then I'll let you go. Oh. Okay. Example number 4. Okay, I gotta write this down properly so I don't mess you guys up. Negative 3/4 times negative 4 and 1/3 times 3 and 2/5 times 4 times negative 1. And make sure everything's written down correctly. Okay, we're good. Remember our rule for multiplication? Wasn't it dealing with 2 numbers? And now how many numbers do I have multiplied? 5. Okay, somebody tell me if it's going to be positive and negative and how you know it. Don't say it's in the book. Okay, how do you know it's positive or negative? Lily, G. Why negative?
Because you're multiplying more negatives. Or there's more like negative in the equation.
So more negative numbers than positive? Possible. Matt. I see that hand. It's right there. Why is this positive or negative based on what you think?
I was gonna say it's positive with 2 negatives, which make a positive, and then positive times positive times positive. No, it's a negative.
Okay. So I heard his process there. Carson, why is it positive or negative? Which one is it? I don't know. So I had, I think, one positive, one negative, and then switch back to negative.
I would say it's negative.
Okay, negative why?
Because you would do negative 3/4. So basically you would do 3/4 4 and 1/3, which would be positive. And you do that positive times 3 and 2/5, which is still positive. Times the 4, which is still positive. Times the negative 1. Negative.
Oh, gotcha process. So kind of like what Matt said, you guys follow through it? All right. Yes, I see that hand. Turner. Right there. Why is it negative? I think we're in agreement it's negative. Why? Because negative times positive times negative is negative. Why? Yes, ma'am? So kind of what Lily said there. And that is true here, but is that the reason why it's negative? Nate?
They're opposite sides.
They're opposites there. They're opposites. But why? I mean, why can't it be positive? Positive is not getting any love here. But there's 5 of them. Claire.
Okay, so when you go through the order, it's the order of operation.
Uh-huh.
When you go, usually you don't go like just in order, so you just do the first one, second one, and you'll keep going. And then once you get the answer of the first 4, you get the negative 1 times that answer. And so then that will turn it negative because of positive times negative equals
Sorry, what did you say? I'm just kidding, Claire. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. All right. Okay, Swivl. I'm gonna let Jenna have a try. Last try here.
Okay, so
Unless.
all of
If she gets it wrong, please.
Don't have much trust in her, do you? No. Okay, go ahead, Jenna. We'll see. You'll see.
all of the signs have to be the same for like all of them.
Okay, if all this. Okay, all right, Jack, I'll give you a try here.
Well, so you do it and you multiply the two negatives on the left, and that'll give you negative.
Uh-huh.
And then you multiply the two on,
Oh, sorry, these two on the left
yeah,
give you a
positive.
positive, uh-huh.
And then you multiply those two, the two positives, and they'll give you a positive. And then you multiply the positive that you just did and the other positive, which will give you negative.
Sorry, positive times positive.
Yeah, positive.
Good, good. And then the positive times that last negative would give you a... Okay, ready, guys? How many factors are there here? 5. How many negatives are there? 3. Is that even or odd? Negative. Automatically negative. All right, this is how you think of it. Ready? If there's an odd number of negative factors, odd number of negative factors, is that true? Odd number of negative factors, it's going to be negative. If there's an even number of negative factors, it's going to be... Ready, guys? Let me give you this problem. I'm going to give it without numbers because it's fun to do it that way. You have a negative times a negative times a negative times a positive. Is that positive or negative? Automatically has to be negative. Why? You can think of it the way you guys are thinking, which is great. What are these two together? Positive times that one, negative times that one, still negative. How many negative factors are there in this problem? 3, which is odd, negative. Ready? Let me give you another one. Stay with me. It's getting hard to do. Yeah, there you go. What do you think automatically? Has to be positive. Has to be positive. Now listen, how many positive factors were there? I don't care. Because all that determines the sign are how many? Negatives. And if there's an even, what were there, 6? So that's even, positive. Automatically you're done with that problem. Okay. How about this, guys? On number 4, is it positive or negative answer on example 4? Why? Someone give me the, please. I hope someone was listening. Lucy? Nailed it. That's it. Done. Okay. Good job, guys. Your homework tonight. You've received your reward of... Here Oh. 18 to 48. And then 66 to 68. Oh my. Get started. 18 to 48. Yes, 18 to 48. And then 66 to 68. It's 34 problems. So when you count these, you do 18 to 48. That's a difference of 30, but you add 1 because you actually count number 18. That's 31 problems plus 3 problems. It's going to give you 34. Some of you are like, man, it's a lot of homework, and I don't want to work on it now. I feel bad for you. Yes, ma'am. Do the odds. Oh, Swivl.